So a while ago I made a fool of myself by making a whole bunch of Fallout confessions, so I figured I'd make a fool of myself again as long as you, because you're going to leave your Elder Scrolls confessions in the comments down below by giving you my Elder Scrolls confessions. So without further ado, let's get into this. This is 10 Elder Scrolls confessions of mine. Number 1, in Skyrim I never, ever touched alchemy. Ever. Like, you know, I'd always hate eating the ingredients and then trying to mix and match them, and then nothing would ever work. Like, it always just ended up frustrating. I used enchanting, blacksmithing, etc., but like I never touched alchemy. I just, like, it's not pointless, it's just like it was such a simple mechanic that for some reason I couldn't wrap my head around at times. Like, sometimes I'd pick up these like abilities to paralyze enemies if I put it on my bow and arrow, but I wouldn't know how to take the potion and put it on my arrows or whatever. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, that's so simple, Matty, why can't I figure this out? I guess I'm just stupid. Number 2, I always thought that Skyrim's rare weapons and armor were miles better than the ones that you could create at the blacksmith. Yeah, I mean, like, because I'd always see these comments on my Elder Scrolls Skyrim Rare videos, and they were like, oh, well, you know, my dragon armor that I just blacksmithed is 1,000,000 times better than this. I don't need this weapons and armor. I'm like, fucking idiot. What does he know? And then I realized, like, I started working on my blacksmithing, and I'm like, oh, shit, okay, so you can make, like, incredible armor here. What is the point of rare weapons and armors? Number 3, I only have 6 hours played on Morrowind. Yep, the game that saved my favorite game studio, and I only have 6 hours on it. Number 4, the first time I played Oblivion, it was for the achievements. Oh god, that sounds so wrong to say. Like, I saw it, I was like, oh, fuck it, you know, picked it up and saw the quest line achievements. I'm like, oh, this is an easy, you know, 1,000 gamer score right here. So I got all the achievements for the game. I was like, alright, that was fun. But I was like, wait, I want to play that again. But like the first time I played it through, I was like, alright, just, you know, I don't care, shut up, hey, you know, skipping through all the cutscenes and stuff, you know, I just want the achievements. Oh my god. Number 5, I didn't know until I hit the 300-hour mark that Skyrim had hand-to-hand kill cams. Yeah, and like, I was on an Xbox Live party with Noah, and I was just so fascinated. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm in Whiterun, I'm just gonna kill a bunch of people, and I ended up like grabbing a soldier and flipping him over my shoulder. I was like, holy shit, you can actually see these crazy combat animations in hand-to-hand. I'm gonna use hand-to-hand so much more, but like, it took me 300 hours to figure that one out. Who uses hand-to-hand anyways? Number 6, I still say that after Skyrim, it is impossible to go back to Oblivion. I know, nostalgia's holding us back a little bit here, but trust me when I say Skyrim is such more of an open, dynamic game that constantly keeps going on, whilst Oblivion kind of just ends after a little bit. Number 7. In my review for Elder Scrolls Online, I, quote, called it a worthy entry in the Elder Scrolls franchise. Why? What were you thinking, Matthew? Why? Why'd you get caught up in the honeymoon phase? Oh man, I just want to strangle myself right now. I remember watching it because I was just kind of looking, sometimes as a YouTuber, you go through your older videos to kind of just do a quality check. And I was just watching it, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking when I said that? Like, I probably made a good handful of people spend $60 on a game that they probably didn't end up liking after a week. Like, ugh. Number 8. Speaking of Elder Scrolls Online, I am oddly anxious for this Elder Scrolls Online console launch. I have no idea why. I really don't. I just am so excited for it for some reason. I think it's just because it's coming out in the summer. I just imagine myself just kicking back late at night, you know, PS4 control in hand, playing some Elder Scrolls Online, you know. I don't know, it sounds appealing. That's the thing. It sounds really appealing in its time frame, but the game will die afterwards. Number 9, I hate Morrowind's combat. I know it's all skill-based and everything, that's how it determines when you hit enemies, but the amount of times I died in that game because my character was constantly like just constantly whiffing on enemies, it pissed me off so much to the point where I went out and downloaded like this whole Morrowind remake package that got rid of that whole feature where if I swing my sword and I fucking hit you, I'm fucking hitting you. Number 10, if Bethesda puts Skyrim on the PS4 and Xbox One, I will raise hell. That would be so silly. Like, that game pushed the limits for the PS3 and 360, and you could just move on and just blow people's minds on the PS4 and Xbox One with your next big your next big Bethesda Game Studios game. But if they just remake it and just toss it out on the new consoles, like, yeah, but you look at the PC version, it's like, it's all there. Why would you do that, Bethesda? So that's why I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does happen, I'm going to be mad. Anyways, those are 10 Elder Scrolls Confessions. I could have tried to force out 20, but then they would have been forced. I would have just looked like an idiot more than I already do right now. So yeah, but you right there, I know that you have more embarrassing confessions than me. Let me know what they are in the comments down below. I want to hear all of them. Sound off down below. Thumbs up the best ones. Leave your own as well. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed me making a fool of myself. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.